Hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. It's summer solstice. I have fired up the newsletter. We're going to go deep into ancient card reading, the actual beginning, the playing cards that came out of Egypt. They're originally a calendar. But anyways, let's get to today's subject. You can click on sign up for the newsletter down below. I'm going to start a new segment called The Grumbler. I mean, you go everywhere you go, it's negative this, negative that, negative this. And I thought, some of this stuff are we just all really tired? So we're just complaining just to hear ourselves. So I'm making this the Grumbler. I'm going to put out 5 or 6 cards and see things that, what really we should be grumbling about instead of some of this stuff is made up. Oh, we don't like this politician. We don't like that politician. We complain about things we have zero control over. Let's see, what are some things going on in the world? There are actually things that we should be grumbling about. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see. The Grumbler. Let's try it. The Grumbler. Okay, so what are some things in the world that are actually going on? They aren't induced to provide division or anger or political divide, family divide. What are some actual things going on in the world that we should put our attention to, whether the media is telling us to or not? Shall we begin? All right. So many people. So this is telling me that grumbling about all over like the housing issue, like there's no housing for people, there's the price of everything. This is telling me this is the immigration, the migration, the forced upon us migration that has been forced into our countries. This is actually something to pay attention to. This is true. We are not making this up. We are not imagining anything. This is actually something we should be grumbling about. What's the next one? Oh, battle worship, the war, the drums of war that are banging. I'm going to say that this is, because this is blue and white he's wearing here, I'm going to say this is Israel, Iran. Also because of warships that are going into the Mediterranean and whatnot. So that is something we should keep our eye on. Do you see how I'm doing this? So it's like, these are things that we should actually be paying attention to rather than grumbling about the price of chicken, which is a distraction, which is true. It's true. But these are the things, a lot of those things are distraction and meant to divide. These are the things that we should actually be keeping our eye on. Just there you go. Distraction, illusion. So when we see things like, anything like, oh, the price of chicken or eggs, there's no more eggs, or, oh, look at all the measles. We have to really pay attention. Is this a distraction or illusion, or is this a real problem? Right? We have 1,000 cases of measles in Alberta, and they're, it's in the news, it's on this. Is this a real problem, or is this a distraction of another real big problem that's going on? 1,000 cases when you have 4 million people, is it really? Also, why is nobody asking, where'd all those measles come from? People who come from unvaccinated countries. I'm not pro or anti-vax. Everybody calm down. I'm just asking questions. Just asking questions. This go back to so many people. Are we mixing up the world where we shouldn't be? So we have to be aware of some of these distractions that are going on. A celebrity chef dies, and it's, front page news and whatnot. And, in the whole scheme of things, that's really terrible. Rest in peace. I've never heard of her. I don't watch TV. So, are they pushing this celebrity chef? And probably a lot of people liked her, and probably a lot of people loved her. She was probably a very lovely person, but there's a lot of other things that are going on in the world right now. There's replacement theory. Replacement. It's not a theory. There's actually a live booklet on it. It's a real booklet out by the UN. Replacement migration, it's called. There actually is a battle going on. Is this the United States coming into the chat? And we are being distracted by a lot of things, so we don't notice things. Experiment or test. What are they experimenting and testing? So that's something that's going on. What's that experiment or test? You know what I just thought of too in this distraction illusion? AI. Is there some parts of AI that are distraction illusion because the experiment and test is actually AI? This isn't a doctor. He doesn't have like a stethoscope on. He has robots with him. And I think we've seen a lot. So is that something we really need to pay attention to, how far AI is going? Returns to normal. Returns to normal. You know where I'm getting with this is the weather. I don't know why I'm picking up the weather on this, is that we are being distracted. It's like, oh my God, heat wave, it's going to be 30 above. We used to call that weather. We used to call it summer. Snowing in parts of the world I'm in right now, and it's first day of summer. So I'm wondering if, a lot of the climate hysteria, I'm wondering if I saw something today that Trump is dismantling or stopping government subsidies to wind energy. So is that returning to normal? Bees and bats and birds can live in peace and harmony again. Something is returning to normal. We should be paying attention to that. What's being dismantled, so that it feels like it's returning to normal. Tension escalates on top of the battle warship there. But to me, look at the difference in these cards. This to me is official, military, battleships, Navy. There's even is that an airplane in, a stealth bomber or something in the background? To me, this is official. This tension escalates. This is rioting. This is rioting. We have to pay attention to these riots that are going on instead of just saying not in my backyard. We have to, the riots that are going on, and they aren't peaceful protests. Quit adding me and saying, oh, we're allowed to protest. Sorry, as soon as there's a vehicle burning out and people standing on it and having a flag that isn't of that country, that's not a peaceful protest. Once things start getting looted, that's a riot. That's a riot. So we're going to see much more of that, and we should actually pay attention to that. We should really pay attention to that. Now, let's put this all together. So many people experiment or test, tension escalates. So is this an experiment or test to put all these different people together in a jar and shake them up and see what happens? And guess what's happening? Have you ever heard of that experiment? They put black ants and red ants into a big jar. They each stayed on their own side. And then you shook up the jar so that they're all intermingled, and they all started fighting and killing each other. So is this a big experiment or test by the UN to move people around like pawns on a chessboard, like playing a big game of Risk? Look at that. The clock agrees with me. And is some of it that they're saying, oh, some people are going back, some people are leaving. There was a big thing, oh, people are leaving Ontario, that's province in Canada if you aren't Canadian. It's our largest province, most populated province, and they've had a negative population for the first time in I don't know how long. And they're saying, oh, it's, a lot of people are leaving because it's so expensive to live in Canada. Is that a distraction or an illusion? I think what's going on with the population, if we look at this as a horseshoe, and they're saying we're trying to get it to return to normal, we are trying to gather up people to physically and actually kick them out. In Canada, they're missing 5 million people. They don't know where they've gone to. They've come into Canada. They don't even know if they've left Canada. You know, is this tension going to escalate about mixing all these people together? And in the background here, we've got, you sunk my battleship. So some of the things we should be grumbling about. Now you have to remember, in this card is royals, you know, yeah, guilty. I complain about Meghan Markle or what the royals are doing. In this deck is farmers, so complain about the price of food or whatnot, weather, climate change, all that kind of stuff. What the cards are telling us is that in the background, all of this about mixing up the experiment of the population replacement, the riots, the trying to return to normal is all a distraction and illusion, and it's covering up what is actually going on here. I'm not going to say this is Ukraine, Russia, and I know Ukraine is on a big sea. This is the Mediterranean. This is all the battleships in the Mediterranean. There aren't that many American battleships in the Black Sea. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm just saying, I'm just really getting, this is the movement of the Navy with all the fighter jets and whatnot into the Mediterranean Sea. Battle warship. So there you go. So we're grumbling about all of this so that we're distracted, so we aren't really paying attention to this. Or at least the world isn't, where all these riots and whatnot are going on. All right, so what did you think of this? The Grumbler. I don't know. The Grumbler. What actually are we being distracted from, and what should we really be paying attention to? But I still think at the end of the day, we really should be paying attention to this population movement, this migration replacement kind of theory. It's not a theory. It's 177-page report that's actually on the UN website. Go have a look at it. It's really there. It's actually true. It's not a conspiracy theory. All right, well, YouTube's going to show you a video you possibly haven't seen. Why don't you click on that, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Take good care. Bye, friends.